But watching the clip, it seems like she's legitimately upset and actually just calling people that don't want to pay for it or can't afford it broke.
Like, here's the thing. Charlie knows Pokimane. Charlie's met Pokimane. What do you think? You think really she's like anti-poor? Like, that's what's going on? Like, come on, dog. That's crazy. New Charlie vid, but it's cookie drama. Pokimane's situation is horrible.
I've kept the naughty little...
What? I don't want to get into this, dude. I don't want to get into this. The Pokimane thing is the Pokimane thing. Here, let me tell you what the Pokimane drama is, okay? Everyone's favorite content creator to absolutely fucking hate by like an audience of incel lords comes out with a new product. Obviously, everybody tries to rip it apart and is like hyper critical of it, hyper scrutinizing it. You can't do that. You're not allowed. You do that, you know, people are gonna yell at you. Oh, okay, you did that. Now you came out with a cookie. Everybody yells about it. Everybody freaks out. Everybody fucking loses their mind over it. Except it doesn't really go anywhere. Why does it not really go anywhere? Because overall, it's just a product. It's not like they can't really find anything crazy about it. Okay, they can't really find anything too crazy. So, you know, it is about to die down. And then, as far as I understand, this morning or yesterday or some shit, Dixerdo posted about it. She had the audacity to fucking make jokes about being like, oh, y'all are broke, which was insensitive, but it was very clearly a joke, right? Immediately, everybody takes it super seriously and goes, how dare you say that? And now everybody's yelling at her because they actually found something that you can actually yell about rather than the first thing. $28. What is it? $7 a bag. It's like expensive cookies. They do this to you too. Clip something from an 8-hour broadcast to create a narrative. Exactly. It's usually the same exact people that yell at me that are yelling at her. Yeah, Mr. Beast sells chocolate. Nobody's mad about that. Mr. Beast also sells chocolate at like literally Walmart levels at this point, which is like mass industrialized. So way higher clip than the Pokimane cookie situation.
Secret from all of you for the last 3 weeks.
Mr. Beast is well liked. Mr. Beast is beloved by all. Even the incels don't want to touch him, obviously. The cyber harassment community's top 2 favorite targets are you and Pokey. Exactly.
Then I feel it's time to just blow the lid off of this and let the cat out of the bag. I've been playing basketball on Sunday mornings as well. So that means 2 days a week I'm out there.
Mr. Beast don't overcharge as far as I know. I mean, the thing is, the cookies are, first of all, the cookies are expensive. Of course. They are $7 for one bag of cookies. The difference is, how much do you guys think a bag of Chips Ahoy cookies are? They're $4. So Chips Ahoy cookies are $4 a bag. Okay? She's charging $7 a bag. Now, that's almost twice the amount, right? That's like a lot. That's a big upcharge is what you would say. Except the difference is it's supposed to be a higher quality of cookie. I don't really give a shit personally. But that's the only reason why it's $7 rather than $4. Because it's not Chips Ahoy. It's like supposed to have palm oil and you know, all this shit that you have in it. Like it's not mass produced. It's not mass produced cookies. That's the reason. Yeah, equivalent vegan cookies at Trader Joe's cost $6 a box. I don't know what these freaks are talking about. I thought it was 28 that she dropped the price. No, it's 28 for 4 bags. Also, you do not have to buy it. Nobody's forcing you to buy it. Exactly. But of course, that doesn't matter. People are mad because they're mad. They want to be mad. This is a good avenue to be mad about. Now that she like responded to it, now that she replied to it in a way that they can like clip, get mad about, it's Jover. It's Jover. 100%. It's the same shit over and over again. No matter what you do, look, people are going to be hypercritical of you if people don't like you, if people want to make something out of you, okay? This is the clip.
Oh my God.
This is the clip that now is going viral and everybody's getting mad.
When people are like, oh my God, $28 for cookies?
The big mistake here is that she thought that she could be a woman online and then also come across as not super serious in this very important moment.
It's 4 bags. That's $7 $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway, when people
It's funny because like everybody always says Pokimane is such a businesswoman. This is literally a joke you would probably make on stream and nobody would say shit. First of all, people would absolutely say shit if I made this exact same joke. And I have. And they do. The difference is, if this is a joke that Charlie made, nobody would say shit. If this is a joke Ludwig made, nobody would say shit. Because those guys are not exactly considered offensive targets by incels that will take something and then go, that's the most serious thing anyone's ever said. It's a joke that XQC gets away with on a daily basis. But again, people in his audience, they look at that. People in his audience will look at that and go, well, that's my favorite streamer. I like him. I know him. I know his background. I know where he's coming from. Okay? That's the difference. Hasan printed shirt, $60. The comments have been made before. Exactly.
people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies?
Problem is,
4 bags.
knives are out.
That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so.
So yeah,
Becoming the elite
got the black t-shirt on. You know it's serious.
hooping machine I was born to be. You might just see me walk on in the. All right, I just hit a full-blown Porky Pig right there. What I was trying to say is I might walk on in the NBA. Totally irrelevant to what we're talking about today, but you should know that I'm out there grinding 2 days a week, pick up basketball. I'm going to be an absolute monster. What's your excuse? Get out there, Buster. Enough lollygagging.
I gotta play him again.
Talk about the huge Pokimane drama that
I got to play him again. It's been too long. He's talking a big game right now. I don't like it.
everyone is discussing right now. So for those of you that haven't been following, and I imagine a lot of you maybe haven't, though I think there's an equally likely chance that you have. My brain is scrambled. What happened? I left my I left my frontal lobe out on the court today. All right, post lobotomy Charlie, gonna try and lock it in here. Pokimane started a snack company called Mina. It's focused on selling healthy cookies right now with her midnight minis. And immediately it fell into controversy because the price point is very high for some cookies. $28 for 4 packs of cookies, which comes out to about $7 per bag. There's also a lot more moving parts to this drama because a lot of people started to recognize the similarities between Mina's Midnight Minis and Totesi's Midnight Cookies as well. The ingredients.
I think it's from the same manufacturing facility. Like, they went to a manufacturing facility and they were like, here, this is a discontinued, like they gave them a bunch of batches of cookies. Again, we talked about this extensively in the drama proportion of the podcast, which I highly recommend you guys watch when the Fear M podcast comes out. Also, I'm not defending the price point at all. Of course, it's fucking overpriced. It's just, how overpriced is it is the real question. $7 for a bag of cookies when the cheap, hyper-manufactured version of it is $4, I think is pretty valid for a influencer branded cookie. You know what I mean? Here's a really fun thing you can do though. Don't fucking buy it. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you have the option to not fucking buy the cookie. Just like you have the option to not fucking buy the t-shirt. I know it's crazy. Crazy to think about. Just don't fucking buy the cookie. Who the fuck is like, no, dude, I'm at gunpoint. They're holding me at fucking gunpoint right now. I'm Pokimane's biggest fucking white knight. I've been moderating her chat for 8 years. You don't understand. I have to buy all the cookies. It's crazy.
On both of these are pretty much the same, except Mina has some added vitamin D. It's extraordinarily similar. Even just giving it the old eyeball test, it looks like the same product. So a lot of people were saying this is a white labeled thing, which is pretty normal in the influencer space. But she's selling her cookies for much more than the Totesi Midnight cookies. So I'm not here to just really dive into the nitty gritty on the cookie drama itself. There is so much information on it. She's also come out.
Don't buy them is fucking stupid because you know the young fan base of famous people will always want to buy it and pressure their parents for it. Okay, here is the problem. You're trying to moralize the situation. Okay? Once again, you're trying to moralize the situation by turning it into something that is like infinitely more damaging than it actually is. I've had the same exact take on fucking Prime too. I don't give a shit. Okay? Prime, Logan Paul, and KSI's like caffeine dense energy beverage / Gatorade copy. It's profoundly successful. Okay? It's profoundly successful. Ultimately, though, and it's also insanely overpriced. Ultimately, though, it's just another fucking energy beverage. Who gives a shit? Like, what is happening? Are you guys this fucking passionate about cookies? Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. I honestly don't understand it. I don't. Which is why I think there's a different reason for why people are this motivated. Okay? Is drama coming from a vector, a vein that is open that you could just fucking bleed out over and over again? You're not selling them for more. In the picture they sold for like $9. They're $7 now.
I'm out to try and explain that her Midnight Minis are a refined version of those Tootsie Midnight cookies. Like, hers are like improved, which is why they're more expensive and this and that. That's not really what I'm here to dive into and get into the weeds of. She recently went on stream today and I think did the worst possible maneuver you could ever do when trying to sell something to your audience.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? Oh god. It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You just can't. You can't do that at all. Never respond. Never respond, because there's no reason to respond, because all you're going to fucking end up doing when you do this response is you're going to give more fuel and give more ammunition to those who are looking for anything that they could grab onto. Okay? I've done that. Especially, even if you're fucking joking, even if you're fucking making a meme like, oh, broke boys or whatever, one that I've made a million times over. Tensions are high. People are looking for drama. They're going to fucking cut this as though you are 100% genuine and you're going, yeah, you're poor shaming. Even people in this community will look at that and get upset. Dumb as fuck. It's the same joke I've made a million times over. I say, get your money up, not your funny up, broke boy, all the fucking time. This is literally a core joke to XQC's entire platform. Exactly. But here's who's doing it. Pokimane. She's not allowed to do it. I'm going to get mad now.
When you're an idiot, but... Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways.
Matt was actually the one that sent me this clip today, and I just assumed this had to be some kind of bad joke she tried to tell. But watching the clip, it seems like she's legitimately upset and actually just calling people that don't want to pay for it or can't afford it broke.
Like, here's the thing. Charlie knows Pokimane. Charlie's met Pokimane. Like, I think. What do you think? You think really she's like anti-fucking poor? Like, that's what's going on? Like, come on, dog. That's crazy. That's crazy. I hope he checked the VOD. Like, I really do.
That's an elite gamer move that I had to take a step back to process that she would just say that publicly. I was so dumbfounded upon hearing that I actually went back to her stream VOD where this happened to try and locate this moment to see what happened next. Because this is only 20 seconds. I thought there was a chance that right after it, she's like, no, just kidding. I'm pulling your leg, hardy har har, just a joke. She doesn't do that.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. If you want to pay $8 for Twitter Blue for some pixels, that's okay. That's fine. You spend your money how you want. I'll spend mine how I want. And everyone else will spend theirs how they want. That's the beauty of having it.
我给你一点时间，你好好想想，行吗?
She is.
That seems to be where the topic died, at least from what I've skimmed through here. So it doesn't really.
I don't get it. What is she supposed to say in that situation that it automatically implies it is a joke? Like, hey guys, I am joking. This is a joke. Clearly, is that what it is? We have all become, as a consequence of being online, like at least 25% more incapable of comprehending any kind of not even nuance, but any kind of like context. Like, everybody has to do the /S or /J. Like, you literally have to emote your fucking memes, you know? We have no social cues at this point. You just can't fucking tell. Can't tell. Everybody's fucking tone police. There's no charitability. Everyone's brains are fucking broken. Charitability is only applied to those who you like. As much as everybody fucking yells at Asmongold, there is one thing that I do appreciate about him, is that he usually does do this. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter where his fucking perspective lies. He at least will, like, look at the situation and try to apply some level of charitability to the situation without being instantly fucking biased on an issue. There's obviously issues where he might be biased, but ultimately, in most circumstances, he does. He does look at it like as even-handed as possible. Don't know about this particular one, but I don't know. I know this person. I've known her for many years. When I see that, I don't think that they're, and I've made jokes like this myself. When I see that video, I don't fucking think that she's like literally saying like, you're broke, fuck you, I hate you, you're poor. I think she's making a classic fucking joke that every single streamer has done, myself included. She was being completely serious, dude. Of course, Cranberry Vibes knows that. Cranberry Vibes has been watching Pokimane, tier 3 subscriber for 8 years. He knows. It's crazy. So charitable to call people broke in the middle of a financial crisis. She might have been joking, but her expression implies she's pissed off or being called out. I think maybe because you know her, you give her charity. Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. That is literally the reason. Yes. Because I know a person, and I know their perspective. Yeah, I do have the capacity to be more charitable because I'm not looking at something that is like a 30-second fucking clip and going, she was actually big mad because she was being reasonably called out and was being held accountable or whatever. And that's why she showed her real side, which is that she hates poor people. Poor people are way too fucking annoying, though. If you want people to get on board of socialism, people need to learn how to be a cool poor person. See, like this person is joking, right? And I'm laughing about it. But you could literally clip this and go, Hasan hates poor people, and post it on the internet. And some literally do that all the time. I love this. Yeah, poor people disgust me. Vast majority of the internet don't know her as well as you do, though, so you can understand him taking it badly. I know. Here's the difference, though. Battle lines are drawn. People know her as someone who is constantly in drama, not because of her own volition, not because of her own doing, but because other people are constantly fucking, like, mapping out whatever the fuck she does. And I know this from my own personal experience. Like, my biases here isn't because I know Pokimane. My biases are because I am victim to this kind of shit all the time in way more ridiculous circumstances. So that's why, like, when I see stuff like this, I know immediately, like, oh, we're doing tone policing. We're doing the same fucking, anti-SJW/SJW bullshit that everyone was fucking engaging in. And it's really, really silly. Also, you admit you're biased. Fucking, I'm never playing Spider-Man 2, you fucking asshole. You're done. You're done, kid. Yeah, you did this. Everybody say Aphex Twizzy. Good job. Congratulations. Also, before everybody gets mad, I'm joking.
It seemed like she was doing this as some kind of, like, side-splitting comedy bit about, like, broke boy, haha, just kidding. I actually love my fans. She does giggle about it afterwards, but it feels more, like, condescending. And then she just says,
like, here's the thing. Why don't you, like, DM her? You know what I mean? And be like, hey, this clip is going viral. Like, I'm not expecting journalistic integrity here, right? Because we're all just a bunch of fucking dumbasses with YouTube channels, myself included. It's super easy to just be like, hey, what did you mean here? Like, can you contextualize what was going on here? It's like pretty basic stuff. Yeah. Even if she was being serious, who the fuck cares? This shit is so transparently discourse, sake for the discourse. Another thing that no one will remember in 24 hours. Next week, it'll be Kai or XCC. I mean, if she was legitimately being like, fuck poor people, no, I would be more offended. If she was like, if she was a content creator who straight up was like, I fucking hate poor people, like, and these guys can't buy my cookies and it makes me very angry, then that absolutely would be unacceptable, I think. If she priced their shit like Goop, that would be different. Yeah, I mean, if she had an incredibly high price point for her cookies, that would be different too. But if it's simply like, if it's like Chips Ahoy's goes for fucking $3 to $4, her bag goes for $7 because it's supposed to be like an Erewhon style cookie, where they have all the different oils in it or whatever the fuck they put in cookies. I don't know. No, these are ridiculous. Look, it's basically drop shipping though. $7 for $2 worth of cookies. There's a difference between literally fucking doing drop shipping where you don't have a manufacturing facility. You don't even like contact the manufacturing facility. You just go to Alibaba and you set up a fucking website to like be the mediator between different products. I guess I know this a little bit more because like I also do garment manufacturing and fucking sell merchandise. So I know that there's a difference between like drop shipping and actually doing like retail of any sort. Okay? There's a difference between engaging in commerce and engaging in like fucking drop shipping. It's an important distinction because then you arrive at the same fucking dumb shit that like people say about Ethan where they're like, technically you're drop shipping because you make Teddy Fresh. And it's like, that's crazy. The amount of fucking time and effort put into like designs, sourcing the fucking garments, all this shit. Like, how are you going to turn around and be like, that's drop shipping? It's the same. It's like everything is drop shipping then. You sell garments from China? Wait, what? I do not do that. I don't know why you're saying that. Erdogan style cookies? No, Erewhon. Chips Ahoy's gets you $4 for 13 ounces though, and to get 12 ounces of her cookies, it'd be $21. So it's a decent difference. Oh, I thought the Chips Ahoy bags was the same amount of cookies as her bags. I feel like there's some issues with the math here. Overall though, like I said, it's more so the higher quality product price point plus influencer tax added on top of it. That's it. And just like you can go and fucking purchase a t-shirt, like a blank t-shirt at Costco for fucking $5 and then screen print it on your own volition and get something relatively cheap. Or you can go and get an upmarked $35 t-shirt from your fucking favorite influencer who made it for $2 at a Chinese manufacturing facility. No one's got the smoke for of it.
Moving on. Like, it's just a really shitty thing to say. And then she does what a lot of other people do, which I find really weird, which is mentioning Twitter Blue for some reason. Like, Twitter Blue offers this dog shit service for $8. You spend your money on some pixels, whatever. You spend your money how you want, and I'll spend my money how I want. Well, yeah, nobody's forced to purchase your product or anything, but they were having a legitimate discussion on the price just being a little out of their comfort zone for what they'd want to spend on it. Like, it's a discussion her own community was having, and then she just, out of nowhere, out of left field's like, if you're broke, just say so. It's like, what the fuck?
You do get that people are justifiably pissed off at the insensitive millionaire influencers. Pokey's great, but she fucked up saying that, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, she came across as insensitive in a way that, in my opinion, does not represent her perspective at all. And people are latching onto it because they were originally outraged by something that they would never be outraged when anyone else has done it. And it's not her own community that's ridiculous. It's 100%. It's 100% like drama alert adjacent commentary channels. They do this all the time. Huh? Hayır, siktirip gitsinler. Yok artık ya. İyice kafayı yedi bu insanlar yani. Dude, Sunday petitioners are out of control. They need to really fucking dial it back.
I have no doubt her manager and her whole team saw this clip and just together took off their hat, stood up, hands on their hips, and they're like, you know what? It was a good try. Hey.
It was in her chat and talking to a chatter. Fuck, you're right. Everyone in this community right now is a chatter of mine and definitely a part of my community. We have no way of having random drama farming people come in and say stuff in the chat. That would never happen. That would never in a million years happen. That would never happen. If you're a content creator, you know this better than anybody else. That like a lot of that shit is just people coming in and relentlessly fucking throwing whatever the fuck is going on online at you over and over again. And you're like, after the 1,000th time that you've responded to the same fucking thing, you have a moment of like weakness and you say some dumb shit. Okay. That's like very clippable. And that's precisely what happened here. Why is it easier to see her as someone who hates poor people than making a joke? People are being annoying and she wanted to shut them up. Yeah. Well, it's easier to see her as someone who hates poor people because 1, she's rich. 2, she's accessible. 3, she's like a fucking top female content creator online. It's like the trifecta. It's the worst person to be online, especially in like a very male dominated field. It's the only group of individuals that get more shit than I do. And I'm a fucking political commentator whose opinions are certainly not popular, right? The only group of individuals that get shit on more mercilessly than I do are people like Pokey. They hate it when you do it because you say socialism is good, yet you are selling stuff. Exactly. Pokey is right. She can spend her money how she wants. I just watch you. It's hard to keep up with the chat. So how do we learn chatter etiquette? You don't, I mean, it's fine. It's up to the streamer to try and manage it as best as possible. And you definitely learn how to manage it, or you definitely learn how to behave in a chat after being in here for an extended period of time. Some people also forget that after being here for too long. But ultimately, I think it's literally people who are the ones who are contextualizing whatever kind of drama is happening. They have a very important responsibility. Those like Charlie should at least get to the bottom of things and be as charitable as possible, especially because they are seen as like impartial. And I think overall, his perspective on this one is not. I mean, it's his own personal assessment. He can say whatever he wants, and just like I can disagree with it. We're adults, right? Overall, I think that the story itself is not as severe, and it's also one that I've seen a million times over.
We gave it our best whirl. Like, they had to have seen this, and then immediately, like, the office went up in flames. I don't know what would possess her to say something so rude and nasty to the audience she is trying to sell this product to directly shame the consumer that you...
This is what I mean. My mom is upset now. My mom is hearing Charlie's commentary, and she's not appreciating it. Charlie, you lost a fan in my mom. Dr. Anne, which is, I mean, this is devastating. We have to make up for it by man-on-man combat in the courts of basketball once again. So, all jokes aside, I don't think that this is like Pokimane yelling at her own community. I think this is Pokimane most likely yelling at people that are coming into her chat to stir shit up. This happens all the fucking time. Charlie is a Twitch streamer. He knows this better than anybody else. Happens to me all the fucking time too. There have been 1,000 fucking videos made on me yelling at long-term community members, as a matter of fact, members who are still a part of this community. And if you cut it in that moment, as I'm like popping off on a fucking chatter, and you go, Hasan is so angry. He's so vicious to his chatter. He's, dare I say, transphobic. And you don't know anything else about me, and you just see that clip, you go, oh my God, this guy literally is that way. The truth is, of course, much more different. I also do yell at randoms that come in here as well, not just long-term community members, but randoms, and I ban them. And you can cut it and act like Hasan is getting yelled at by his own community, when in fact, in that circumstance, that's not the case. This is, unfortunately, a part of the business, which is why I would suspect someone who is also a part of the business, like Charlie, to, you know how the fuck this works. Charlie looked through the VOD of the stream, not just a 20-second clip. Yeah, but I'm talking about the concept, right? When someone comes into your chat and goes, why are your cookies so fucking expensive? $28 for a cookie? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? They're most likely not like an actual fan who's like, Pokimane, I love your cookies, but it's just, I'm on my fucking third mortgage and I want to buy it, but it's $28. I don't know how I can purchase it. Because if someone who's a fucking fan who says some shit like that, I'm sure the response would be very different. What do we probably disagree with Charlie's take and their business partners IRL? Exactly. And I like Charlie. Like, we can disagree with one another. It's perfectly fine. I know that like everyone will turn this into like larger drama and be like, wow, this is fucking bullshit. Like, Charlie's a bad guy and Hasan is a bad guy and these guys are bad. It's not as complicated as it's being made out. The average person, of which I am one, don't like what millionaires call us broke. That's you, Poke, Wubby, Charlie, etc. It doesn't sit well when I bet a large portion of Twitch fans are really struggling and get made out to be incels when we get upset about it. Yeah, no, I understand that. Except, once again, you've been in here for 13 months. You probably heard me fucking make a joke like that over and over again. This is not me literally being like, you're fucking broke, fuck you. When I tell someone, get your money up, not your funny up, or when I tell someone, okay, broke boy, don't buy it then, like, that's not a fucking serious thing. That's not like me being like, literally, fuck you, I hate you for being poor or anything like that. Like, the question you have to ask yourself in that circumstance is, do I personally genuinely believe that this like internet person actually fucking hates poor people, or is she just like making a joke? Oh yeah, I heard about this actually. Did you hear in Turkey influencers known to get rich because dropshipping now revealed they're actually money laundering of fake products, etc. in beauty saloons? Most famous one got arrested for 600 plus or under investigation. Yeah, I heard about that. Some people in the government were letting them do that for a percentage. I did hear about this. Apparently they're not like that famous either, which is kind of crazy. I guess the difference is like from where I'm standing as a content creator, like I see this kind of stuff all the time. So I have a different level of charitability, especially if I know the content creator and I know that they're not like horrible people. Because honestly, that clip in and of itself, if you look at it without any context whatsoever, and that's the only thing you see, you would go, wow, what a fucking horrible person, right? But this is not just some random individual. Many of you who are Twitch watchers have probably seen Pokimane, whether on this channel or in other channels, whether on her own channel. Charlie knows who Pokimane is. Like, you know, this does not reflect, in my opinion, her genuine perspective. But a lot of people will still push a narrative like it is, and it's not like her trying to make a joke that every fucking streamer has made, myself included. Random people who are millionaires by virtue of others being homeowners, like they are the ones personally exploiting the working class. They did this when Bernie was a millionaire too. Yeah. Accessibility, I think. You literally tell people every day that their barest necessity for living are being price gouged to hell to enforce artificial scarcity, and they don't give a shit, but let Pokimane sell cookies for 30 and they piss this shit everywhere. That's what I mean. It's like, this is not like a commodity that is an absolute necessity, right? It's fucking cookies that an influencer is selling. Of course, there's a fucking influencer tax added on to the fact that it's like also added on top of the fact that it's also supposed to be like fancy cookies, right? It's just ridiculous. And as always, don't fucking buy it is my perspective on the matter. Just don't buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Meanwhile, the very same people who are fucking screeching about the cookie gate are also the very same people who come in here and they go, you're a fucking idiot. If there was public housing, why would anybody work for anything? I'm 14 years old and I live in my PricewaterhouseCooper father's Connecticut mansion, so I haven't had to think about these things. You know what I mean? It's very frustrating.
You want to buy into your product is a galaxy brain.
Like, instead of making cookies, Pokimane could have fucking, become a landlord over this massive, she could have become a fucking slumlord or some shit. And obviously, the very same people who don't give a fuck about landlords at all would become these Maoist third worlders all of a sudden because it's Pokimane doing it. But I would consider that to be significantly less ethical than selling fucking cookies with an upmark.
Tactic. A strategy that I'm not sure the success rate of. Like, $28, no matter how you spin this, is a lot for some fucking cookies. And I think the way she keeps trying to break it down and rationalize it is pretty disingenuous. It's $7 a bag, and that's still expensive, but then you also have to factor in that the bags aren't even big to begin with. It's 4 ounces per bag. 4 ounces of cookies for $7 is still a lot, especially when you compare it to the product that they're basing it off of and supposedly approved upon, the Tootsie Midnight Cookies. Those were $10 a bag for 14 ounces.
I think the irony of that one is that one literally fucking failed. Like, you go to a manufacturing facility, they show you some of the products that they've made and like that they've sold before, right? And you pick and choose. There's probably a bunch of there's brownies, there's cookies, there's chips, depending on what kind of manufacturing facility you're going to. Okay. And then you get this one that apparently was what people are saying was sold in Costco in bulk. Okay, for a brief moment in time. I don't know how long it did. I don't know how long it was sold. And they're like, hey, this is the cookie that we used to make out of all of the other cookies. Taste it, let us know. No, failed because it's expensive. No, I'm saying it probably failed because it was like the way they manufactured it. Also, everybody shows this, but I feel like the nutrition list is more important than this. I hate this whole controversy because I paid $10 for one Xanax. It was literally pulled because the price was too high. I wonder if it was pulled because the price was too high, or if it was pulled because the price point was not high enough for them to make a profit. The other thing about how unhinged haters are in this case is how I doubt that the deep dive in the cookies would have been even happening if it was a different content creator doing it. No, exactly. That's the point. Ne zaman açsam adamı yemek stream yiyor, nasıl obez değil bilmiyorum. Kardeş, çünkü I work out. Okay? Ondan obez değiliz amına koyayım. Aynı zamanda yediğim şey de direkt olarak sadece tavuk. Direkt olarak beyaz tavuk yiyorum kardeş. Bundan dolayı hayvan gibi protein alıyorum bütün gün.
Ounces. So even though the Tootsie Midnight cookies were $3 more per bag, they offered you 10 ounces more of product. And they were sold in Costco. A lot of people really enjoyed them, but most people didn't like the price. That was a pain point of that. $10 for a bag of cookies is a lot. So $7 for a smaller bag of cookies, significantly smaller, is a lot too. Like, it doesn't matter how you boil down this
math. I don't
math.
want people to
All
misunderstand what I'm
roads
saying.
lead.
By the way, I'm not justifying the fucking price point at all. Of course there's a fucking influencer tax. Okay? I hope people understand that. I mean, I know people will manipulate this and go, I don't care. You claim to be a socialist, by the way. But apparently you're a big cookie monster. When it's your friend selling cookies or whatever the fuck these dumb incels will say. But no, I get it. Like, of course there's a fucking influencer tax on top of it. Like, that's the whole point. That's why she's engaging in commerce. She's doing the marketing for it and trying to make money off of it. Not everyone is dumb as fuck. Not everyone is dumb as fuck and has like incredibly unmanageable margins or sells all their fucking inventory like I am currently at ideology.shop. All profits go to Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. Not everybody does shit like that. But my expectation is not that people do shit like that. They're trying to make money. I think it's like very bad faith. Yes, I think Frogan is right. I think people are being really, really uncharitable on purpose. Anyway.
Lead to this being an expensive product. That's the brass tacks of it. That is the hard pill to swallow.
$28 for cookies is insane. No matter how way you slice it, you could absolutely make less of a margin on these cookies if you wanted to. I mean, you have no idea what the fucking profit margins look like, and neither do I. But I thought the way that the fucking free market worked was if the cookie price is too high, then people don't buy it, and then there's no more cookies. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I thought this was a fucking free market. What is happening? Yeah, bro, you fucking make a product, you upmarket, and it's too expensive. Nobody wants to buy it. You either lower the price or you just fucking eat it. We aren't free market stands. I know, but you're also not like in favor of fucking price restrictions on cookies, I don't think. I bet if people go back in Pokey's VOD and read her chat, there's plenty of reasons to make the brokey joke. Asman also said that while he defended her. Like, I don't understand this part. Like, motherfuckers love being like, dude, that's crazy. Like, if you don't know anything about the type of shit that I sell, like garments, merchandise, you probably think, oh, socialist, but also selling like a $60 fucking hoodie. That's ridiculous. And you don't think about it any further, right? You just go, yeah, that sucks. Fuck this guy. Eat the rich, by the way. And you move on. And that's fine. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people operate that way. And I get it, right? I understand where they're coming from. But that doesn't change the reality that like there's a reason for why it's so expensive, right? I guess in this instance, I don't know what she has communicated and how or why it's so expensive. But I also don't really care because it's just fucking cookies. And if you don't want to eat them, then don't buy them. It's like, that's why it's so stupid. $60 isn't that bad for a designer. I don't know if it's like designer.
There's really no way of spinning this where $28 for a 4-pack of these cookies isn't expensive. It is. And to try and call people broke for not buying it or not being able to afford it is really some out-of-touch shit. And the really foul part about all of this that my little noodle will never be able to wrap itself around is a streamer calling their audience broke or poor. Bub, your wealth was built on their backs. Them watching you supplied you with money through the ads that get played to them.
By the way, that's 100% true, which is precisely why most streamers would never do that in a million years and are way more understanding, which is precisely the reason why I'm saying, like, I don't think she's out there fucking being like, I hate my audience. I'm the only motherfucker out there who says that shit, okay? Because sometimes my audience deserves it, okay? And y'all know it. But beyond that, I think this whole, like, look, her own community has brought up valid concerns about the cookie gate and the cookie prices, and she's yelling at them is silly. That's not what happened. I don't even know what happened, but I know that's not what happened. Because the same thing happens all the fucking time online. Content creator that is not well liked by the the group of content creators who love and thrive on drama in the dark side of the commentary space will do something that draws ire. That something doesn't have to be a bad thing, by the way. It can be anything that just like gets them popularity or puts them in the algorithm, right? Then people will try to find anything to pick it apart. They'll say, "Oh, this is too expensive." They'll say, "Oh, this is a repackaged fucking cookie." Then they'll keep hammering it over and over and over and over again in the content creators chat. People will come in with anonymous accounts. People will come in with sock accounts. They'll go into the fucking chat and they'll be like, "Why are you this way? Why are you that way?" I mean, I can prove it to you if the VOD is still available. Like, let's see if I can find the VOD. Like, I highly doubt, highly doubt, and I might be totally wrong on this, but I highly doubt that she was responding to like a fan of hers. And most likely, let's see, is the VOD?
Haha.
Where was it? Does anyone know?
Actually, for that reason, I think dating girls is probably more fun because sometimes, like, you
157.55. So that's where the offending situation starts.
什么事那么着急啊？
你能不能上点心啊？当然是拯救你的事儿啊！
哦，那怎么救啊？
方案就是让我
The
假
plan
扮
is
你
that
的
I'll
女
pretend
朋
to be
友。
your girlfriend.
假扮女友？
K-pop, not the K-pop PFP. Thank you. Here, crazy.
You should play this. Oh, this is a game?
But don't worry, I'll take care of it. Did it work?
Oh, I
Not
thought
the
this was
K-pop
like a
PFP.
fucking...
Okay, it worked. Beautiful. Thank you guys.
路过来看一下。你这是要重新装修吗？
Here's a fan who says, "Hey, Pokimane, just got your cookies. Love them. Were they supposed to come with those black chopsticks things I've seen some people get?"
啊，对，先
Like
是
that seems like a
这面
fan.
墙，
Only
这
one
墙也太
only
丑
one
了
cookie combo so far.
Mine? God, yes. Honestly, I had my era of that as well. So it does. Oh my god, I love these moments.
Dude, I think I gotta play this game, by the way.
There is something to say. There's like,
What
there's
the
almost
fuck
a
is this game?
phenomenon. Have any of you guys ever felt like maybe like you don't have that much attention from girls, but then you get a girlfriend and for some reason you're getting more attention from girls? It's because now people see you treating a girl well. And there's this idea that like, oh, someone else wants them? They must be of value. You know what I mean? Anyways, I know a lot of you guys are new to this, but I'm true to this, so I know.
I'm losing my mind. Am I crazy, or is this chat like infinitely better than ours, guys? What's happening? No, like we literally have infinitely more donkey-brained dickheads in our community at any given moment. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? God damn. Chat in VOD doesn't show deleted comments. You seek them out so they always come. Oh, we can't see the deleted comments,
if
like
I
the
was a
moderated
man-
comments probably.
我以前的那
It
些
would be
钱，
easy.
他这辈子也还
True.
不上，也翻不了身。
But
And
she'll
you
probably pull it up. Let's see, 157 you said, right?
It's but
我爸
都看见了。
just pay it normally, bro.
您这是要刷墙？
刷什么墙？我这是要创作，要绘画。
Do the cookies have a kosher certification? That's funny. I mean, this guy probably is like a fan. You know what I mean?
看傻了？拍下来没？
$30 cookies.
开机呢，开机呢。
That one's for TikTok because it's
Check.
very
Is this the one? Is this the comment that fucking that sparked it? $30 cookies, yeah.
跟着感觉走。
Is that what it is?
告诉你们啊，越不把绘画当回事儿呢，画的越好。
Oh, shut your mouth. I really wish this guy would shut his mouth more.
Did I skip it? Where is it?
Oh my god.
故意。
That's true. Wouldn't be TikTok.
你
It
刚
would
才
be
为什
Douyin.
么要这么做？
Click watch full video right here. Oh shit.
Just say this one last time.
你完全
I gotta say this one last time. It makes my brain go boom when people are like, "Oh my god, $28 for cookies." It's 4 bags. That's brain. That's true. Wouldn't be TikTok.
你
It
刚
would be
才为什么要
Douyin.
这么做？
You're right.
他们都是沈慧欣找来的托儿，刚才
I'm
信息我全都看见
serious.
了。
那你也没有必要这
It
么
is that
坏
one
呀
comment.
你完全
I gotta say this one last
It is
time.
that one comment. What is it, like a demonology or whatever?
Oh, shut your mouth.
这就是
It
艺术。
was. She got
跟着打
fucking
就
one guide. I mean, I'm sure because we can't see the deleted comments. Because we can't see the deleted comments. I'm sure there's like a shit ton of comments that she's reading that people are. There's probably a shit ton of comments that she's reading on the moderated side that you can't really see. In America, you can have a whole house on your wrist as a retort, but when another e-celeb overprices a cookie by $3, it's bad. Have y'all tried buying beef jerky? She's like $14 a bag for 8 strips, and motherfuckers complaining it's a $7 bag of cookies. Beef jerky is especially expensive. Beef jerky is way more expensive. Look at the PFP. God damn, that's like a whole ass adult, dude. Let's see what else he's sent in the trap. Stated this lot, Russian Twitch. Amazing content in 2022. Diva cosplay, never seen that before. $30 cookies, yeah. I mean, listen, it doesn't seem like he's a big fan. Okay, it seems like he's like a classic boomer. Yeah, don't say one guy. Pokimane mods probably cleared a lot of it. Most people think you're being one guy after one person gets through a Fawcett filter that clears hundreds of chatters in an hour. Yeah, that's true. That's why I said, like, there's probably like a shit ton of comments similar to this that are getting slapped on the moderation side, but she's still seeing it all day. Wait, he's in here? Ethan defo on drugs. Ronaldo, what the fuck? Lol, fucking Minecraft sissy. Bunch of fucking sissies. Smiley Smilerson over here, pigeon chest. Great spoiled brats. Great stream millionaire. Absolute cringe. Anyway, so point is this. Bro, this guy's my dad's age. He's obsessed with trans and house music from 1991 and 1995. I mean, that was a good era of house music. It's disappointing that your community, of all communities, is this uncharitable. They should know that by now after all the shit you get. Exactly. If you're in here long enough, you probably know how this works. Content creator goes viral for some shit, or content creators in the news, right? Immediately, the fucking vultures seize on the opportunity to make their own content. Those vultures then also have their own very, sizable fan bases that come into the fucking chat and try to extend the conflict and the drama. This is like lolcow shit that is basically at the heart of most Twitch streaming at this point. So then those guys come in and they say a bunch of dumb shit. Some of them literally say dumb shit with the express purpose of like having you respond to it in an angry way. And after the 1,000th person, Moist Critical is a vulture? No, Moist Critical is covering it after the fact. I'm not saying Moist Critical is one, but see, you're doing it. You're doing the thing. You're trying to get me to like, you're trying to extend the drama because I dared to cover it, and you don't agree with my opinion on the matter. So now you're like, oh, you said Moist Critical is a vulture. No, I'm not saying Moist is. I'm saying Moist is usually a drama coverage guy that is better than like most of the fucking dark side of the commentary YouTube assholes, right? Point is, sometimes it happens because people will ask questions like this and they're like, they misunderstood what I'm saying. And then I reply to it. And then, I mean, this is most likely a sock account anyway, that has probably been banned here. But my point is, it turns into a much larger thing. It turns into a much larger thing because people want it to be a much larger issue, and it's great. It's fun. It's fun for everybody. Everybody gets a piece. Everybody eats the drama. Everybody eats the drama cookies. Viewers poor after flaming another streamer for doing the same thing. Kind of weird though, isn't it? I mean, if you think that she's legitimately saying like you're fucking poor, fuck you, or if she's making a joke about like broke boy that is not being well received in this situation, understandably so. not by her own community, but instead like by the secondary community online that is looking at it without without any sort of charitability, then yeah.
Them directly donating to you took their money and gave it to you. If they weren't watching you, you would be getting no sponsors, which make up a lot of streamers' income. You need them, and you are dropping trouser and shitting in their mouth right now by just insulting them over them having legitimate criticisms over the price point of the product. It makes no sense. Your wealth was accumulated because of these people you're now calling broke and poor. It is incomprehensible to me. You were made from these people that you are now shaming. It's so weird and so fucked up. Now, again, $28 for a 4-pack of cookies is...
Oh, come on. This is such a... We made you, Hasan. Everyone can suck me. This is so fucking bad faith, dude. Like, it's just like, what do you mean? You think Pokimane is like ripping her fucking chat and being like, you guys are all fucking broke? Fuck you. Or do you think she's mad after like 3 days of people being like, Moist is 100% correct. Hasan has his biases. Yeah, I know. I do. And so does Moist, by the way. It's just that you're not really trained to see where that's coming from. Anytime you can't counter an argument, you call it bad faith. Anytime you can't counter an argument, you call it bad faith. I think it is bad faith as a content creator of Charlie's magnitude to falsely claim that like Pokimane is calling his entire audience broke. Well, his entire audience is raising honest concerns about the price point of these cookies. That's a ridiculous way to frame the situation. I've also shown you proof as to why that is not the case. I've given you my own personal experience with drama cycles like this one and how that cycle continues, okay? But if you didn't see that because you weren't here for that part, I don't know what to tell you. You can go back in the VOD and watch it. Or maybe you just don't agree with me, so you're refusing to see that this is like an incredibly negative framing on a situation that could have been criticized from a much more even-handed capacity. It's bad faith and hypocritical seeing as how people are pointing out Moist's own overpriced merch law. I mean, dude, of course that shit is. Of course, it always is. Every content creator makes merchandise to turn profit, to make money. And in order to make money for your merchandise, you literally are usually sourcing your shit from China and then slapping on your face on it. You know, getting a little bit of art slapped all over it, and then you're fucking selling it for like $40. That shit is overpriced.
It's a hard bargain. This is already priced out a normal consumer. This is purely for your fans that want to support you. So they are the only ones that will likely be buying this. $28 is not going to be like mass adopted by just normal snack shoppers and enthusiasts that want a good, healthy snack.
Don't buy arguments are the same stuff people say in video games, etc., but people still buy them. It just never works. People shouldn't be able to criticize the price of these products unless they're being asshole weirdos about it. Microtransactions in a fucking free-to-play video game is very specifically created that has turned into a dangerous industry standard. The industry standard for influencers making commerce relatively upmarked in comparison to like the cheapest hyper manufactured version of the same product. Wait, how did this guy go from is Dennis Prager a foe? You are a man of facts. Why are you blind to the understanding that there's a higher percentage of women who kill a baby without a valid... Oh, what microphone do you use? Thank you so much. God damn, he went from that to like, fuck Joe Biden, MAGA, Antifa's gonna wipe out Biden, government has its money in Antifa, America, baby. I think one of the biggest issues for people when it's a creator you don't watch is it's hard to tell if it's a joke due to the tone they take when saying it. Same issue you have, in my opinion, is most regular chatters won't think much of it, whereas from an outside view, it's hard to tell whether you're joking or not. The price of the cookies ain't a problem, is that people can't read sarcasm. I think that's definitely an aspect of it as well. Yeah, no, he called me a liberal queer. That's why he got banned. This was such a dumb fucking topic to talk about that we like spent any time on. But once again, I love fucking consuming that absolute garbage, okay? I'm a dumb bitch. And every now and then I can't shut my fucking mouth.
snack, I don't think. It is a lot, even compared to other healthy alternatives. Because I do get healthy snacks. I know what a lot of these prices are. This is still an expensive product. I wouldn't be paying $28 for a 4-pack of cookies unless that came with 5 strippers and legitimately every vitamin and nutrient my body could ever need, and then guarantee that I'd get 3 inches taller by the time I finish the 4 bags. Now, that's not saying that the quality of the cookies is bad or something. Like, they look good. They might be extraordinary. I probably would enjoy them. They're probably pretty tasty. But they are an expensive product that I probably wouldn't pay for. This is definitely something that is 100% geared and marketed towards her audience of fans that want to support her, and now she is publicly shaming a big chunk of them, I imagine, who don't want to spend 28.
Come on. Dude, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Yeah, her fucking fan base is going, oh, I can't, Pokey, I love you, but I can't believe it's, $28. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, no. Oh, her community is absolutely fucking, here's the full clip. It 100% shows that it's sarcasm, which is conveniently cut out. No, I know, he watched the full clip on his video, and he still said, I don't know, I think it's like, she's like being serious. She's like actually seriously mad.
Boom. When people are like, oh my God, $28 for cookies?
Uh-oh, Wimstaff. Uh-oh.
That's seven.
Uh-oh, Wimstaff.
I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways, moving on.
我不想弄虚作假。
Like, yeah. Like, you think this is calling our viewers brokies a big L? Bro, it's not fucking real. It's like, I do it all the time. What the fuck? Game is called Love is All Around. I saw Pokimane yesterday. It was super fun. Giving J. Jonah Jameson. You're also guilty of shutting down your fans' throat like Pokimane. You stole my joke calling cop lovers thumbsuckers 2 years ago, and I haven't forgiven you. Chatters writes, now end the apog-thide. Imagine Charlie made a whole video about how Hasan is legitimately saying he's gonna fuck your mom and how that's not a good look. Yeah, you could say the same shit about it. You could say the same shit about any fucking Twitch streamer, man. I could go to like a random Twitch chatter. I could go to a random Twitch stream and write some fucking shit and then have them yell at me and then turn around and make a video and go, look how much this person is ungrateful and is like freaking out at his own community that made him. You can do that. Especially as like when you're Twitch streaming, you're constantly fucking, look, this is the rest of his community. The actual members in his community, which you would probably call simps, which, you know, you're not that far off on, are going, ha ha ha. Oh my God, reading comprehension is so hard. Oh man, people like that. Can't read or math. Can't count that high, sorry. So like, what do you think? Based, speak sister, slay. So do you think it's actually her fucking community that's like very upset at the way that she reacted? That's why it's stupid. That's why it's stupid as fuck. It literally is so fucking dumb. That's why always people are like, why does Hasan still have fans? It's like, bitch, because they watch. Because they're not watching me off of like 3-second fucking clip chimps and going, yeah, wow, I've made up my mind about this guy. I hate him. You know what I mean? It's silly.
If you want to pay $8 for Twitter Blue for some pixels, that's okay. That's fine.
不能再让你们帮我了。
You spend your money how you want.
可帮到现在。
Look, most of her community, like I should have just went in and asked Wimstaff how he feels about it. You know what I mean? I want to know how Wimstaff feels about it, because there's no better representation of how the Pokimane community feels about it than Wimstaff. Can we move on from this issue? Yeah.
$8 on some cookies.
I'm still eating. That's why I'm fucking taking my sweet ass time with this.
Like, it's a very fair thing for people to talk about. Like, hey, Pokimane, this is kind of a lot for the cookies. And for her to go on stream and boil it down to people being idiots who can't do math or a broke boy is just, it's so mean and just bad. Like, not only just from like a person.
All right, here's my hot take. I don't like it when content creators do this, when they know full well they have the charitability, they have the knowledge, because they make content all the fucking time. So they know how like the chat streamer dynamic works. I don't like it when content creators try to be like, I'm just like you guys. I'm just the watcher. And then angle the story from the perspective of someone who doesn't know what the behind the scenes looks like, because that's exactly what he's doing here. Charlie, you're not just like one of the fucking boys. You're a content creator. You're on Twitch. You know exactly what that dynamic looks like. You know that this wasn't a fucking chatter who genuinely came up and was like, oh my God, Pokimane, like my father just died. $28 for cookies. Like, that's so upmarked. I really want to buy it, but what to do? And then she was like, oh, fuck you, broke boy. All of you fucking broke motherfuckers, you suck. I made you. You didn't make me. You can't frame it that way. It's not that serious of an issue to begin with. It is upmarked. Of course it is. Just like everything else is. Just like every fucking streamer's merchandise is upmarked. You know? That's the name of the game. I think it's silly. It's silly to talk about it. If some random guy was making this video and not someone who actually knows Pokimane, or not someone who actually knows what it's like to have like 10,000, 20,000 people in your chat, that would be different. But, you know, the man of the people stuff, I'm just like you guys online, boys. Like, man, it sucks when content creators get this way and shit on their audiences. It's silly. That's not, that's you know, that's a farming operation. He knows that's not like a fucking, he knows it's not like a fan expressing genuine concern. And also, not only that, but he also knows that, like, she's not shitting on her own community. It comes across as that outside of the context, but as someone who is very good at doing commentary, and Charlie has been doing it for a very long time, you know, you should be a little bit more even-handed, in my opinion. That's what I think. Instead of being like, wow, I can't believe this content creator is just, like, shitting on how broke her audience is when they're expressing genuine concern. No, it's a fucking hater-ass troll who came in, probably amongst, like, 1,000 other people, after the classic incels were just like trying to find anything and everything they can to talk about how shitty these cookies are and how disrespectful it is. We just comment on the video.
Personality perspective to say some shit like that and shame people that support you, but it's also just bad from a business perspective because this is all sold off of your reputation and people wanting to support you, and now you've done a huge disservice to that here. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And it's something that 3 years ago she criticized another streamer for. Like, it seems like she recognizes that insulting your audience for their financial situation is a horrible thing to do. Because 3 years ago, she made these tweets in response to someone who was, like, shaming their audience over, like, not donating $5 or subbing for $5. I saw people passing around these tweet links and...
No, this is great. Exactly. What do you mean? Wait, what the fuck? Yeah. No, wait, what do you mean? This is... I don't really understand it. This is the entire point. Isn't this like her perspective? I don't understand. Why is he saying... He's hitting the hypocrisy angle. They think it's hypocritical instead of using to recognize that she's not seriously anti-poor. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, you're right. I think that Pokimane, who like literally fucking shut off her donations, like her TTS donations, is legitimately angry at poor people. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I thought Invader V was like straight up ripping her fucking viewers in a lengthy ass rant, not necessarily simply making a joke. Like, I thought she literally was just like, you have to give me money. There's been a bunch of these, like, what was it? Bad Bunny was another one, I think, who literally was like, don't watch me if you can't pay for it or some shit like that. Charlie is truly a champion of the poor. I know. Unlike me, by the way. Unlike me, I'm fucking fake champion of the poor. She fendoms her community. That's her thing. Oh. Wait, that is hypocritical. If she turned off her donations and shit, why would she now sell overpriced cookies? What? Bro, was the donations giving cookies? Like, what do you think was going on? That's a joke, please, right? That's a joke, right? Please. People, this is the same shit as like Hasan says he has no paywalls except for the top of the hour ad break. And then he has a fucking podcast with 4 other content creators or 3 other content creators and a producer, and he has a fucking paywall proportion of that. Hypocrite much? And it's like, yeah, dude, that's a whole different product. Like, what do you mean? How can you justify her not just giving cookie out for free? Yeah. Anyway, that was a fucking ad break, by the way. Which you don't have to subscribe, but you can if you want to avoid the top of the hour ad break. That's right. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. Not to mention, tons of people watch stream after a day of hard work while being broke college students in a multitude of other situations where they need to be more frugal. Get these shitty takes on my timeline and on my streaming platform. Yeah, I mean, here's what's going to happen. Okay, are you ready? She's going to come out with like an incredibly fucking PR worded letter. Okay? She's going to be like, I'm so sorry that my words were misconstrued. This is, of course, not what I mean. And I apologize for everyone who misunderstood what I was saying. And then all of those guys are going to fucking be like, she's such a brand, bro. Look how fucking fake she is. Look how fake of a brand she is. She fucking sucks, dog. Which, by the way, ironically, the story had originally fucking gotten to this point because she wasn't being a quote-unquote brand and thought she could, like, make a fucking joke and be like, broke boys. You know what I mean? Can't win. Nothing you can do about it. Want to double down. New line of cookies, double the price. Call them broken boys. Respond to the drama about overpricing products by making jokes about broke boys is stupid. You can't deny that. No, because it's not even a thought. When you're in that moment, you're not even thinking like everything that I'm doing is being psychotically fucking watched by thousands of people that are waiting for any kind of slip up so they can clip it and fucking blast it into orbit so that motherfuckers can make YouTube videos with like millions and millions of views on it. You know what I mean? That's the problem. A lot of people just watch, and in many respects, you watch, and why should you even think about streamers and like what it goes into the, you know, what happens in the background? You shouldn't. This is just entertainment in many ways. But also there's a level of like closeness that you feel to the streamers, which make you feel like you have more say in their lives. But having said that, I think people forget that like most streamers aren't thinking like, oh man, every moment that I have on this broadcast that's 8 hours long is going to be a moment where people are watching the clip something out of context. Or maybe they're like me and they know that there are people like that and don't give a fuck after a while.
Dollars or subbing for $5. I saw people passing around these tweet links, and like she clearly was able to recognize then, like, hey, a lot of people that watch you might not be in the best financial situation, but that doesn't mean you need to be.
Like, all it takes is for fucking Charlie to get caught being calling someone a broke boy as a joke for this to like flip, except no one would yell at him for that. Like, the problem is every single person that's yelling at Pokimane about it, loves a content creator, whether it's me or Charlie or fucking XQC or so many other content creators who have made either that exact same type of joke or much, much worse. Okay? It's a very common thing that people say. It's never going to flip. Drama frogs can't see they're being hypocritical because they can't hold two thoughts in their head at the same time. Them Being long-term drama frogs is proof of this. Yeah.
you know, nasty to them about it or make them feel bad about it or try and shame them or insult them. But then 3 years later, she just did. I don't know how this is going to play out for the future of her new snack company. It's definitely not a great start, not really hitting the ground running. A bit of a stumble here, I would say. But I guess who really knows? Maybe her audience responds really positively to this kind of thing. I'm not certain. Personally, I feel it's a terrible look. I've never really respected when people try and look down on others who have less money than them or insult them for, you know, not being as wealthy as they are. I think that is
Bro,
just
come on, dude. 11 minutes of just being like, dude, this person hates poor people. Your one disagreement on Fear with Charlie was that he doesn't believe commentary channels exist and run sometimes solely in bad faith. Yeah, it's ridiculous. She's responding to some fucking hater ass bitch and is making a joke. Jacksepticeye made a poor joke when the PS5 came out. Everyone has done it. It doesn't mean that they hate poor people. It's crazy, dude. What? I mean, yeah, Charlie's fucking white tees is $25. I know. Like, everyone has merch. Everyone has merch. It's crazy. Critical's merch is by Warren James, by the way. I know. I have Critical's merch as well.